What's going on, MMA fans? I am here to do my UFC 85 review video. Apologize for not having one up right after the event. Internet issues, so on and so forth. Let's roll down the 5 fights that I covered on my predictions. Fabricio Werdum versus Brandon Vera. This fight went almost to a T like I called it. I said that Fabricio would be able to take Vera down. Werdum has fought top-level competition, guys that I think are above the level of Vera in the past. He's been there. He's dealt with guys that are have had a wrestling base. He's dealt with guys that have had, I think, superior striking than Vera, and he has weathered the storm. So, first round, Fabricio throwing some shots. Vera landed some good leg kicks inside, clinching. Werdum actually gets a takedown, ends up in the mount position, and towards the later part of the round starts pounding out Vera. Vera wasn't doing anything. He was just rolling up, turtling up, hands up, protecting his head. Everyone, was upset, thinking it was a controversial stoppage. If that would have kept going, I don't think anyone can dispute the fact that Vera probably, at some point, was going to get either knocked out on the ground or hurt. He wasn't doing anything to improve his position. He wasn't trying to get out of that position. He was just sitting there and rolling to the side, trying to protect from the shots. It's not intelligently defending yourself. You're just sitting there. And that's where one of these things, and I'm going to do a video on this coming up here soon about the rules and some things that need to be changed. The next fight, roll up the card here real quick. Thales Leites versus Nate Marquardt. This fight was really, really good. This actually, I think, got Fight of the Night honors. However, there were some things that happened in this fight. Actually, one thing that I went on to Sheerdog to catch because I wasn't sure whether or not they took a point away, but ended up finding out that that was what resulted in the way that the decision went. Otherwise, I was pretty pissed off. Nate Marquardt and Thales Leites, both these guys come out in the first round throwing some excellent shots, clinching. Leites actually knocks Marquardt down to the mat. Marquardt almost was down and out, but he recovers. He gets up. Marquardt actually throws some shots, throws an uppercut that rocks Leites back to the fence, and we go into the next round. Marquardt got a couple takedowns. One of the takedowns, Leites was still on his knees, and Marquardt threw a knee and actually almost knocked Leites out. So what ended up happening, and I didn't know this, I thought Herb Dean just allowed Leites to get some time, but Herb took away a point, and this is going to play into the end of the fight. Leites gets about 2 minutes to recover, gets back in, shots. Marquardt gets another takedown, actually breaks Leites' nose on the ground, and we go into the third round. Both guys are going at it. Marquardt gets a takedown and gets another one and actually throws an elbow. It was to the side of the head, but it was right where the ear is, right in this area. And apparently Herb Dean didn't like that and said that I've warned you guys several times, and that was to the back of the head. And nonetheless, we have another point taken away. So now we got Marquardt down to 27. So, fight keeps going. Another takedown. Leites actually gets up, throws some pretty good combinations to try to finish the round out, and then Marquardt picks Leites up and actually does a pile driver on his head and ends the round, and Thales Leites wins a split decision. If it wasn't for the two incidences, Marquardt probably would have won this fight, but because of the 2 points deducted, Leites wins the fight. Okay, let me see here. Marcus Davis versus Mike Swick. This one went all 3 rounds. Davis really didn't do much. Davis got taken down at least twice in each round. I had a couple good shots. Swick did a majority of the damage on the ground. He threw good shots. Actually cut Davis on the nose pretty bad. And also, I believe, right under the eye. So, Swick just controlled this fight. I said that Marcus Davis would be able to withstand Mike Swick, but Mike Swick, he proves a lot of people wrong, and he does a lot of good training with AKA. He was well prepared for this fight, had an excellent game plan. Excellent game plan. And Marcus Davis couldn't really do too much, so all 3 rounds went to Swick. I mean, he controlled everything, the stand-up, the ground, every aspect of it. So good job to Mike Swick. He proved me wrong, and hopefully Marcus Davis will be back. He's a talented guy at 170. Next fight, Michael Bisping versus Jason Day. This fight was quick. Bisping threw some really good shots. Day landed a couple, but as soon as Bisping landed, I think it was like a left or a right jab, and then took the fight to the ground. I mean, he actually picked Day up twice and took him down, which I said could probably happen. Bisping's a strong guy at that weight. Bisping gets him down and starts throwing some shots and just keeps going and going and going and going and going, and finally, you know, the fight stopped because Day wasn't intelligently defending himself. And in the first round, Bisping wins via a TKO. And I believe it was off of that takedown. When he took Day down, he actually was inside throwing some shots and just kept going. I mean, it was nothing Day could do. I mean, he was in a crappy position. So congratulations to Michael Bisping. He keeps moving up in the 185 division. Next fight, Matt Hughes versus Thiago Alves. Thiago Alves, of course, did not make weight. He was at 174, which is a serious concern. And Matt Hughes, of course, made weight. Alves, obviously he didn't train right. Obviously he was eating too much. Who knows? I'm just giving 2 speculations out there. When you see a guy that weighs in that high, he obviously did not take his training seriously, or something's going on as far as what he's been eating, or his weight management, whatever it may be. That's a serious concern for the future, and he's not ready for a title shot right now. Sorry. With that type of a misuse of what your weight is, and you're not keeping up on that, and you don't intelligently keep up on that, that's a knock on you. And unfortunately, Thiago, I'm sorry. You need 2 or 3 more fights, I think. I think at least if you're going to push it, you need 1 or 2. If you're really pushing it, 3. Because I really don't... This fight was a catchweight bout. This was not a welterweight bout. So, Thiago, of course, comes out, throws some good leg kicks. Matt Hughes gets a takedown in the first round. It took him a while, though, to get a takedown. Thiago, this was some of the best takedown defense I've seen him have in any of his fights. He did a really good job. Matt Hughes really couldn't do anything inside guard. Thiago just pot shots here, leg kicks there. Hughes finishes the round out with 2 takedowns, a takedown, and gets out. Next round, Alves. Matt Hughes just tries to get another takedown, gets into trouble. Alves actually gets is standing with Hughes and hits Hughes a couple times. Hughes backs up to the fence, and then he throws a flying knee that was like a scissor knee, but with his left knee, and knocks Matt Hughes to the ground and pounds him out on the ground and wins the fight via a TKO. Alves looks sick. I mean, if he fights like this against guys like GSP, John Fitch, and looks this good against John Fitch again, that's going to be a tough fight to call. But the problem that I have is that he did not make weight, so he's got to work on that. I mean, he's not ready for a title shot based upon this fight just because he did not make weight. So check out my other video that I'm going to do. I'm going to talk about MMA and some of the things that need to be changed in the rules. I've talked about that in some of my videos. So on that note, you guys, have a great day.